Hello! Yeah, we're live. I'm Tony Craig. This is F1 Grandstand, and this is your sprint race in China. And boy, I went to sleep. I rolled out of bed. Hey, Jitset, good to see you in there. Chef, China Sprint, here we are. Yes, chef. Beer, check. Popcorn, check. F1 TV turned up, check. F1 Grandstand turned up, check. That is what we like. I did catch a couple of hours sleep in between streams. Oh gosh, Grey Bush in Quebec. I'm ready for this. I don't know what to expect really, because we saw Mercedes dominate, didn't we? But now with that Ferrari start, with also a bit of Lando Norris in the mix, anything can happen. Hey, Corinne, nice to see you in there. But anything can happen at the first corner. We've got all the data. We've got a track, obviously. Everything you could possibly want. 19 laps of pure racing. Now, we all got to enjoy the start of the Melbourne Grand Prix. And I tell you, it was super exciting. If we get racing like that for 19 laps, because remember, Melbourne, for the first 13 laps, we had Leclerc and Russell just duking it out at the front, like switching position. If it's like that, we're in for a good sprint race. And typically sprint races are a little bit dull, aren't they, in the past? You know, whoever qualified well, whoever got away first would tend to win the race. And it was a bit boring, but because of these because of super clipping and because of battery management, we may end up with quite an exciting sprint race. So I'm here for it, and I'm glad you are too. Yes, Waylon. I have no idea where this is going to go. Exactly where. Me neither, Waylon. Who else we got? The Fogginers. I came here from listening to Duran Duran in Ordinary World on repeat for 90 minutes. This better be worth it. Yeah, the Foggy Jones. I believe that this is going to be a good sprint race. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. Oh, I came here from a little nap. I went to sleep at about 10 o'clock. I got about 4 hours, I'd say. And the alarm went off. The alarm went off to wake me up. And honestly, I thought I was still... You know, when the alarm goes off, I was like, no, what is going on? I honestly woke me up out of a deep sleep. Coffee. But yeah, we are on. Yeah, I hate how good these... Waylon says, I hate how good these cars look, and then they are stuck with these motors. And every time I'm watching the footage and the super clip, and it's, oh, come on. Come on. Pierre Gasly, again. Let's talk about it, actually. Gasly, qualifying P7 in the Alpine. I don't know if any of you got to see my Friday night news stream. We were talking about Alpine. Flavio Briatore telling us that, yes, the rumours are true. It's Mercedes that who are negotiating with Otro for the for the Alpine shares. And Flavio Briatore says, yeah, we have multiple buyers ready to deal. Obviously, Mercedes are actually leading the way to try and purchase those Otro Capital shares. We know Christian Horner and even BYD. So, yes, Alpine, lots going on. But Franco Colapinto, what happened to him? P16. Pierre Gasly, P7. Not good enough, it's the truth. Oh, Waylon says, yeah, the F1 broadcast hiding the super clipping. Yeah, that's crazy. You can't be behaving like that. Oh, Thane, straight in with his Lewis bashing. The only thing boring about Bahrain is Lewis. Come on, Thane. I think you're Lewis's biggest fan, really. Yeah, thanks, Corinne. The accents are so fun. My accents are terrible, you know. I lived in America for getting on for like a year and a half. In California, and I still couldn't do the accent after a lot of practice and annoying everybody. I still sounded terrible. Waylon says Lewis will probably be too busy being grateful to take the lead today. Waylon, come on. I think the Ferraris are gonna. Whoa! I just seen that Colapinto incident where he avoided Liam Lawson again on my television. Wow, yeah, that was crazy. No, I think the Ferraris are gonna do all right. I think the Ferraris are gonna get away well, as expected. I think the Ferraris are gonna be. I mean, Hamilton P4 second row. I would expect that Ferrari to be P1 by turn 1. And he likes it here. He won here, didn't he, last year? In a Ferrari that was illegal in the main race. Oh, yeah, Greybush talking about the same thing. Would be sweet. Another Hamilton win at the China Sprint. Yeah, possible. Definitely possible. Mystic Mungus Lungus, Merc, McLaren, Ferrari fight at turn 1. I'm in for this. Yeah, me too. Turn 1, lap 1, turn 1 is where it's all going to happen. It's going to be fun. Dane says, I respect Lewis being a working class man of colour who did well in the sport, but after 2022, all he has done is tarnish his legacy. Well, look, I think this year, Hamilton, focus is there. Speed is there. The car is there. You know? Yes, Mercedes have the advantage. But the only really thing you can do is compare him to Leclerc. And look, he qualified P4. Leclerc qualified P6. Leclerc may have had some sort of deployment issue. And this, do you know how many times, by the way, are we hearing, oh, the car's got deployment issue? Like, deployment issue. Posh way of saying, battery's not working. The sprint race, Manchir, is on. Starts in 20 minutes, my friend. Ah, yeah, did anyone else see? Chef said, did anyone see the Ferrari uploaded Mario Kart onto Charles Leclerc's steering wheel? Yeah. I'm not sure he's been, Waylon. Has he? I don't know if he's been there. Oh, Manchier's just finished cleaning for the night. Boom. Ready to settle in for a bit of sprint race. And then in a few hours' time, we'll be back for the business end. Hey, Xavier. Nice to have you in the chat. So 21 minutes till the sprint. If you have just joined us the first time, you're in the right place. We've got all the data you could possibly want, all the chat you could possibly need, all the commentary, whether you like it or not. And look, track data. What data do we have on the screen? Well, of course, you see all the drivers. Yes, you'll see what tyres are on. Yes, you'll see their last lap time. Yes, you'll see the gap between any driver and first. Then, of course, we've got sectors 1, 2, and 3. All of those mini sectors are coloured. That means that when those colours change to green, it means the driver's on his fastest it's his fastest time, personal best of each of those mini sectors. If they go purple, it means obviously fastest of all. If they're yellow, it means no improvement. And if you can see those little blue mini sector times, that means it's an out lap from the pits or an in lap if it's on sector 3. Then we've got, it tells you what gear the cars are in and the RPM of the engine and the speed. Yes, Greybush, thank you. Yeah, we made 11K subs on the way. Yeah, 11,000 subscribers. Pretty exciting for the start of the F1 season. I wonder how many we can get, by the end of the season. It would be great to get. I mean, I don't know. What would be good? To be at 25,000 by the end of the season? Maybe more. Yes, the game cat. Like that smash button. or smash that like button. I'll take either. Thanks, GameCat. Great to have you in there, buddy. Yeah, listen, it's worth smashing a like on this video for the fact that 2:30 a.m. here in the UK. I was having a little sleep. You know, I was even dreaming about the F1. And when the alarm went off, you know, when the alarm went off, I was like still in the haze. Thane says, Ferrari need to take this 1-2 to block off the Mercs and McLarens. Need to fight, pick off the Mercs for Ferraris to win. 50k at the end of the season, man. Oh, wow, that'd be amazing. If we could get to 50k by the end of the season, that would be fantastic. But yeah, but honestly, every single, just every single like, every single share, every single like view makes a big difference on YouTube. I'm still learning. I've only been doing this since July last year, so I'm still pretty new, still pretty learning the game. But what I have learned is every single like matters, every single view matters, every one of you matters, and we'll just keep trying to make a good show for you all. Wayland said, I think the bigger curiosity than where Lewis might end up is where Charles end up. You mean in the race or in life, as in job? Mike Maisel Fresh, what's your opinion? How Cadillac can be this far off with using Ferrari power plant? Well, that's a good question. Cadillac, honestly, when you realize how hard it is in Formula One to start a team without any previous car, without any team personnel, and to bring a car to the grid, even if you are using a Ferrari power unit, and to be with 107% in which the 107% rule, where you are within, you can deliver a qualifying time in Q1 within 107% of the fastest time. That is an achievement. I know Cadillac are huge. They're a huge brand. And now they have a team. They've grown from 50 members of staff to like 1,000 members of staff. It took them 12 months. They had to get, you know, they had to poach people from different teams. They had to bring experts from TWG, different parts of Cadillac, and the feat is difficult. So even though you got a Ferrari power unit, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be able to hit the ground running. And I know what you're going to say. Haas did it. Haas's first Grand Prix, they finished P6. That was unbelievable. But they had 80% and still have 80% of the Ferrari car. All Cadillac have taken is the power unit. Everything else is all Cadillac. It's difficult. But they've got two good drivers in Perez and Bottas. They've got a will that you wouldn't believe, super determined. Their upgrade program's going to be brilliant. It's going to be fast and furious. And their goals are lofty. Like Perez wants to have a handful of points by the summer break, halfway through the season. And I think Cadillac will do it. I do believe Cadillac have all the ingredients to be scoring points by the end of this season. If they do that, that's a hell of that is an amazing achievement. Next year, I think you start to see them really motoring up the competitive ranks and, you know, to the midfield. And if they can achieve their targets of in 2029 having a Cadillac engine and not using a Ferrari engine and being an all-American team, I expect Cadillac have got aspirations of being fully competitive by then. So I would just say, for a Cadillac fan, stick at it. Oh, don't just, you got to be a little bit patient. A little bit patient with Cadillac. But they've come to play, let me tell you. Yeah, it's yes, Melso, I see you, Kevin. Kevin says, Paul, are Alonso and Stroll going to be lapped? If they're not going to be lapped with it on a 19-lap race, surely not. They'll be at the back though. The real question is, will they be? They'll be racing Cadillac. Williams as well. What a total bag of spanners. Gisette, thank you very much for your super chat. Wow, impressive. Are you talking about wow, impressive? Me being up at 2:30 a.m. after coming out of my slumber. Look at me. I rolled out of bed, chucked on a hat. Thanks, Gisette. Monster Race says, who thinks sprint race results should decide main race starting order? 2 qualies are lame. I do, right. I'll tell you what I think about quali in sprint. I think the sprint race, sorry, the sprint qualifying, SQ3, I think they should turn it into a super pole. So I think top 10 make it through to SQ3, and then they send the cars out for one hot lap, one shot, risk it for a biscuit. That's your lap. That's your time on the board. Make a mistake, tough. And I think that should determine the grid of the sprint race. I think that would be more exciting. And that was a suggestion from Carlos Sainz Jr. and I liked it. I also think they should develop a tyre purely for the sprint race, like a super soft. That's what I think. Yes, Waylon, Williams need Frank Williams. God rest his soul. He'd be turning in his grave. And if you can't get Frank Williams, you might get a Horner. I know, Greybush. Funny to think new teams on the same level as Aston and Williams. Williams, a heritage team. It's not right, goddammit. Fun to be so bad. Gisette, thank you very much for your super chat. Starting in July, and yeah, getting up so early. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. So July was I did my first stream to like one of my friends. There's no one on it. Yeah, it's funny. No, it's grown. It's growing and growing, and it's I'm convinced by the end of this season, the community is just going to be at least triple. Let's go for it. Let's set those targets. Thane, Caddy, battling, Aston Martin Racing, and Williams. We haven't seen the US versus Brits this much since 1776. Thane. Great Bush. Waylon says, I much prefer one-shot qualifying for what they're doing these days. Yeah, get a Super Bowl. Even just the sprint. Yes, Gisette, the merch is coming. We've got loads of new stuff. We've got upgrades coming in the next couple of weeks. So we're doing this massive piece of work, and that includes some branding, some merch, website, all sorts of cool stuff. Waylon says, but thank you very much, Gisette. I appreciate the support so much. Waylon says, I'm convinced F1 is growing in spite of itself. F1 is growing. Look, you would not believe how much the F1 movie last year has spiked interest in Formula One. And I think also Cadillac coming to the grid has been great for the sport. I think we're going to get obviously other big brands. I think Ford, if Ford make it to the grid and take over Racing Bulls, I think that'll be good. Yeah, Williams needs some. This was from Foggy Jones. Williams needs somebody smacking heads together. JV feels like HR approved. Corp talk. Excuses is the reason James was the bad news guy at Merck. I agree. I think James feels a little bit like he's made some big mistakes this year, and the book has to stop with him. Yeah, he's made some big mistakes, and I think strong leadership needed at Williams. It needs some radical leadership. Somebody who can, crack some skulls. Somebody who can, entice good drivers there. Somebody that the team can believe, who's got a winning track record. That's what they need. Oh, Gisette, I did catch that super chat before you distracted. So yeah, you enjoyed the F1 movie, right? Oscars, yeah, I think the Formula One movie has brought so many people to the sport, Gisette. And then people want to learn about it. And that's what's been great. Oh, yeah, exactly, Gisette. It's 100%. It gets people interested. And then they're doing another one, aren't they? Apple are making another one. They're trying to finalize a script. So what was his name? Sonny Hayes. Sonny Hayes will be back. Channeling my Sonny Hayes today, my flat cap. But yeah, thank you so much for your super chat. And I actually enjoyed the movie. I thought it was great. "100% Greybush movie, and having a much bigger American presence on the grid helps to grow the sport in North America." And that's great, because when the one thing I know about, you guys in North America is when you come to a sport, you take your, when I lived in America, sports are taken very, very seriously. Like, you know how to win and you know what it takes. And I think if you get behind your sport in America, I think big things happen. So Cadillac being what? General Motors, one of the biggest names in America. It's a brand everyone can get behind. It's great. Yes, Thane became a fan of, became an F1 fan through sim racing. Brilliant way to do it. Get into driving the cars and then get into actually watching the sport. I love it. Greybush, yeah, the movie, and I think, oh no, I've read that one. Dawley, hey, welcome to the chat, Dawley. Nice to have you with us. Oh, Kyle, I liked Rush better, even though it had flaws. If you haven't seen Rush, what a movie. Brilliant. The Niki Lauda James Hunt story, directed by Richie Cunningham from Happy Days. Ron Howard. Brilliant film. Brilliant film. Niki Lauda. We were laughing about this in the chat the other night when he walked into the Ferrari and said to Enzo Ferrari, "Your car's a shitbox." Terrible accent, but you know what I mean. That's my Niki Lauda. It's a shitbox. Oh, wow. Apple are going to partner up with IMAX to show 5 races here in the US. I'd love that. Grand Prix 1966, Chef. Now that's a classic. Oh, I remember, Nelson. The one with Stallone. That was called Driver. No, wasn't it? Driven. It was called Driven. The Stallone one was called Driven. But it wasn't F1. It was IndyCar, wasn't it? Or was it F1? Yeah, Greybush, Driven. Haven't seen that movie for a long time. Weirdly, the girl in Driven, that movie with Stallone, the girl with blonde hair, the actress, I cannot remember her name. I actually met her in LA when I lived in LA. How weird. I was actually sat talking to that girl. I can't remember her name. What was she called? It's something like Ellie or something, or in real life. It was the blonde girl in Driven. She played the girl. Yeah, I met her in LA. I can't even remember her name. Yeah, Waylon. Niki Lauda is a legend. Estella, that was it. Estella Warren. Yeah. She was really nice. She was lovely. Yeah, we're at some like function, some party. Estella Warren, that's it. Yeah. She was very, very pleasant. We chatted for a while. I don't know her well enough to get her on the show. I never got a number. But if she's a big fan, say hello. If you enjoyed Drive with Ryan Gosling, yeah, that was a good movie. He didn't say a lot in that movie, though, did he? Yeah, well, IndyCar is looking good these days. Overtaking as well. Plenty of racing. Thane says Lewis has never been the same since the passing of Nicky. Well, Lewis and Nicky Lauda were close, weren't they? They were good friends. It was, you know, Nicky Lauda used to be somebody that Lewis felt he could just call up and discuss racing with. Wayland says the less Ryan Gosling says probably the better for the movie. Yeah, it was a good. Yeah, he didn't say a lot in the movie. It was a good film. Very moody. Very. I haven't seen that for a long time either. Ford versus Ferrari. Manchester says now that is a movie. I love that movie. Christian Bale, Matt Damon. When Ferrari turned down Ford's offer to buy them, Ford, the great Henry Ford's son, Henry Ford Jr., took it on himself to go, all right, well, we're going to beat you then at Le Mans. And threw all the might of Ford behind it. And then had Carroll Shelby help develop that GT40. Now, the GT40 is one of my favourite cars in the world ever. Giuseppe's a Ryan Gosling fan. Probably, I think there's a lot of Ryan Gosling fans, especially of the female gender. Maybe the male gender as well, but Ryan Gosling's got a lot of fans out there, Giuseppe. Dolly says, like, Lewis hasn't been the same since Max passed him. Yeah. That's true. Lewis, but I feel that Lewis has got his vibe back now, though. And I think the sprint races, we could see it. We could see Lewis get a win here. Just 3 minutes till we get the start. I'm excited. Schumi's son is driving IndyCar this year. Yeah, I'm glad he's racing. But Ralph Schumacher said that we won't see Mick Schumacher in Formula One ever again. Said we won't see him again. Watson Dave, chitty chitty bang bang anyone. Oh, do chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. We yeah, I've got my chitty chitty bang bang hat on. Yes, Watson Dave. Cheers, bud. Pete Sport, the original Le Mans film with Steve McQueen is a great movie. Porsche 917 soundtrack, magic. Yeah, I haven't seen that for a while. That is a great film. Again, not a lot of talking in that film either. It's good. Cedric, I see you in the chat. He will win today. You're talking about Lewis. Cedric thinks Lewis is going to win the sprint race. He's got a great chance, you know. Dawley says, yeah, Lewis seems to have his mojo back. Come on, Lewis. Now that is a car. Yeah. Porsche 917. Oof. Oof. Yeah, stunning. Wayland looking back at that Ralph Schumacher lap in his V10 Williams with modern tyres. Insane car. Yeah. Greybush, go Lewis, rocket start. This is what I'm expecting. Let me give you a little hint. Mercedes 1-2. Then you got Norris. I'm expecting Norris to not have the greatest of starts. I'm expecting Hamilton from P4 to get to P1. Leclerc, who's starting from P6 after Norris, who's in P5. I think we'll see both the Ferraris by the end of lap 1, or well, within lap 1 being at the front. And then it's a fight at that point. 19 laps of pure fight from the Ferraris. Unless the Mercedes have done something to maybe help their starts, I doubt it. They've got the turbos too big. Alan Wilson says, I remember watching Ralph and Montoya testing the Williams at Kyalami. Say no more. Now, I tell you what, Juan Pablo Montoya, he was a racer, you know. He was a racer. He was aggressive. Yeah, I remember him, and he was a bit of a gangster. Him when he would he wasn't scared of anybody. He was a bold racer. So formation lap right now. We're at the business end. Ferrari 1-2 by first corner, monster race, and I have to say you're probably right. He was dangerous, the game cat. He was dangerous, but he was fast. He was fast. Oh, Nelson. Now you're saying something. I'm talking like Kimi Antonelli's invisible. Kimi Antonelli could do something off the line here as well. Yeah, Waylon says Juan Pablo was fast in any car he jumped into. And what I liked about Juan Pablo was he kept racing. Kept racing till into his 40s. Didn't he go into NASCAR? JP was the only commentator I liked on Apple TV. Thanks for super chat, Gisette. Yeah, he's doing a bit on Sky over here now as well. Yeah, he doesn't say things to be controversial. I think he says things because he's telling his truth. Albon pit lane start. Yes. Yeah, he is. Freaking Williams. Come on. Yeah, Waylon, that's what we're talking about. Montoya was almost of an old stock where he raced everything. Yeah, he'd race a washing machine if he could. Shopping trolley. He's the guy that wouldn't let you past him with your shopping cart. In Trader Joe's. Yeah, I think the kid's hungry. I think Kimi Antonelli's looking better and better. Thanks, Nelson. If you are watching for the first time, do get in the chat, say hello, tell us where you're watching from. We are about to see lights out for the sprint race. It's getting exciting. Bloody Nora Williams. Forza Ferrari. Come on, lads, this is from the Game Cat. How many people are watching in the UK right now? Who's got up with me? 2:30 in the morning. Or stayed up, drinking, partying, sticking on the Formula One. I want to see you in the chat. Let's see your drunken ramblings. I went to sleep. I've got coffee. Oh, Shaitan, how many people would have thought Aston Martin to be the first to have the pit lane starts because of all their difficult circumstances and woes they're currently facing? Good point. Who would have thought? I never thought New would be this far back. I didn't think Aston Martin and Honda would be this shit. I didn't. Waylon says, Alan, he won his class, but not the whole thing. Closest guy to Triple Crown in decades. Really? Well, Montoya also a Le Mans winner. So he won his class. Yeah, he's a racer. His son's racing now, isn't he, in F2? So maybe there'll be another Montoya in F1. Here we go. Just so Lewis's mum watching from the paddock. Yeah, it's cute. You don't get to see her much. It's always his dad and his brother. His dad's got his own races. There's Albon in the Williams in that pit lane. I do like the Duracell battery on the air intake. Great branding on the car for Duracell. I just wish the car was black. It would look better. Yeah, Greybush. Boner killer. Aston Martin. Let's see what happens off the start line here. Get excited. Here we go. Lights out coming up. Lights out. It's a great start for Ferrari. Hamilton goes up into second. Mercedes going all the way back. Hamilton on the inside line. Norris takes second. Hamilton third. Hamilton has taken second place. We've got Kimi Antonelli in first place. Norris in third. Charles Leclerc up to fourth. We told you Ferrari were here to play. They have made ground on the first lap, first corner. Everyone through cleanly. Albon at the back. That Mercedes having a terrible... Oh, it was Antonelli who dropped down the grid. I thought it was Russell. Russell, P1. Antonelli dropped back to P8. Hard job. Has an incident. Goes wide. Does make a connection. I could not see with who. Lewis Hamilton attacking. Lewis Hamilton passes. Passes Russell. Lewis Hamilton to P1. Lap 1. Leclerc P3. The Ferraris are here. They are fighting the Mercedes in the sprint race. They said they do have good race pace. And it's true. The Ferraris do have good race pace. And there's been an incident. Racing Bulls. Lindblad. To the back. Who did he touch? I could not see. Mercedes coming back. is attacking the Ferrari on the straight. We know the Mercedes has got that straight line speed. Hamilton on a switchback. Ooh, couldn't make it. Run out of energy, I think, at the moment. Needs to recharge. The battery's in that Ferrari. Russell, P1. Hamilton, P2. Leclerc, P3. There is a fight on. Most exciting start. Just Hamilton goes past Russell. This and Leclerc looking to challenge Russell now. All over the gearbox of George Russell. Ferraris are here to fight. They're here to play in this sprint race. Exciting stuff. Like, it is exciting. Whatever you think about this new era of cars, I've seen more overtakes in the sprint race than I've seen in all of last season. Antonelli putting a move on Behrman in the Haas to go up to P7. There is racing. Overtaking is happening. So, McLaren's down P4, P5. Biggest win so far is the Ferraris gaining ground. Great start, Gisette. Couldn't agree more. It is not boring. Let's LFG, Reese. LFG, exactly. And if you're watching for the first time, I hope you're enjoying all the excitement of this sprint race. Ferrari gaining ground. Hamilton is your race leader from George Russell. And on the straight again, Russell benefits. Oh, he doesn't make it stick. Hamilton shuts the door on Russell. Leclerc now on the gearbox of Russell. Are we going to see an overtake from Leclerc? Are we going to get a Ferrari 1-2? Hamilton, though, managing his battery well. Got more battery available to Hamilton than Russell. Russell seems to be out of battery. Could be under threat now from Charles Leclerc. He's trying to put a move on George Russell on the outside. All over the gearbox. Ferrari 1 and 3. Mercedes P2 of George Russell. But Hamilton looks like he is controlling this race at the moment. But you can see the battery deployment from Russell. And he was out when we saw the little battery indicator. We saw that Russell did not manage his battery well. Hamilton had more in reserve, and obviously Hamilton is defending. This is exciting. Leclerc still in touch of Russell. The Game Cat says maybe we'll get an on-track overtake at Monaco. Maybe we will. But this is exciting racing. Leclerc all over the gearbox, still fighting the Mercedes of George Russell. But George Russell, even with that power advantage in that Mercedes power unit, he is being taken to school by Lewis Hamilton at the moment. Max Verstappen down in P14. Not a good... Russell's putting a move on Hamilton. Blasted past Hamilton. Now Hamilton right on the gearbox of Russell. What can he do here? Yeah, just Hamilton's in Russell. I think he's living in Russell's head. But the... It's the energy deployment. Hamilton seems to be managing his battery very, very well. There is going to be that power disadvantage by the Ferrari. But he's on Russell's gearbox now. He's using his boost button. Can he make it stick round the outside for Lewis Hamilton? And but Russell is defending, but Hamilton makes it stick. Wow. Great move from Hamilton. Great move from Hamilton. Russell back into P2. Leclerc still just in touch. But Hamilton closes the door on Russell while he was looking to make a move on the inside. Hamilton driving really well, making that Ferrari as wide as he can. The racing is good here at the front. Lap 4 of a 19-lap race. Ferrari. But yeah, back and forth. Back and forth. Hulkenberg, yeah, I've just seen Chef saying Hulk, yeah, he slipped down to P17. Bortoletto slipped down to P12. Gasly, P9. Lawson, P10. Hadjar on the soft tyre in the Red Bull, P8. Now, will that soft tyre last 19 laps? I just don't know. James Stucker, is this racing any better or still not that good? I'm not paying for it. NASCAR fan, sorry, I just can't get in something. You got to manage a battery or something. Sorry, but I know what your point there is, James. But the racing is good. You can tell by my excitement. We are seeing some good racing. back and forth between 1 and 2. And now Kimi Antonelli on the back of those McLarens, putting a move on Piastri. And he's got the inside line. That Mercedes of Antonelli passes. Makes it stick. Passes Piastri. Kimi Antonelli making his way up to the top positions here. It's... Oh, George Russell and Hamilton are wheel to wheel. Hamilton defends and closes the door. It is exciting stuff. I tell you, like, seems like Russell is trying to tee Hamilton up for an overtake on turn 6, but Hamilton driving brilliantly with the underpowered Ferrari compared to the Mercedes. Leclerc on the gearbox of the Mercedes. We're rewatching the start. You can see Hamilton just great start from him. Leclerc got an even better start. Fantastic. And then Hamilton just keeping the inside line, making it stick. Wow. So all the drivers did get away cleanly. Watching the footage now. Oof. Wow. There is a lot happening in this race. Wayland said, like to see these cars with a V10. Mystic Mungus. McLaren out in no man's land. Miles back from the front three. Yeah. And Antonelli is... George Russell puts a move on Hamilton. Leclerc is also getting involved. Russell back in the lead. Hamilton all over the gearbox. How long will it be before Hamilton puts a move back on Russell? Leclerc on the gearbox of Hamilton. Is this... Are the Ferraris racing each other right now? I think they are. Leclerc so close. Charles down the inside of Lewis, but Lewis shuts the door on his teammate. Do not touch each other, boys. The one rule as teammates, do not take each other out. That you know, you cannot take each other out. But Hamilton, whenever I see the battery graphic on the television, Hamilton always seems to have more battery available to him, managing the battery very, very well. So Hamilton still wants to stay in touch with that Ferrari, with that Mercedes. You do not want to allow that Mercedes to get clean air, clean track, because that's one thing that Mercedes is. It does have more power than the Ferrari, and George Russell, I feel that when he's under attack from Hamilton, I feel it provokes driver errors, and I think it does negate the advantage of that stronger Mercedes power unit. So the Ferrari is still, Hamilton dropping back a little bit, 1 second behind Russell. So you can tell there's been some pretty aggressive tyre wear on the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. His front left looks to be graining, maybe even a flat spot. But Kimi Antonelli making his way back up the field, back up to P5. Splitting those McLarens in two. I expect him to be all over the gearbox of Lando Norris very soon. Piastri, though, is just 0.3 seconds behind Antonelli. Hamilton's on the hunt. You're absolutely right, Giuseppe. Yes, Arbs. Yes, Arbs Siad. Lewis is the best in management of tyres and battery. Yeah, he is the tyre whisperer. Seems like he's the battery whisperer as well. We just saw Max Verstappen drop back with a terrible start as well. He went from 8th to 13th. Just not happy. Just not having a good time out there, the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. But Hadjar on the soft tyre, the only driver to gamble on the soft tyre. Can Hadjar make that soft tyre stick for 19 laps? I'll be surprised. We're on lap 7 now. Russell does seem to have some clean air now between him and Hamilton. .4 seconds ahead of Hamilton now. Leclerc says on the team radio, I think Lewis is struggling. Has Lewis cooked his tyres a little bit in that fight with Mercedes? Leclerc is on the gearbox, trying to put a move on Hamilton, but Hamilton is not making it easy. He is not allowing an easy pass for Leclerc. But unfortunately, Russell is pulling away a little bit. 1.6 seconds now between him and Hamilton. Piastri all over the gearbox of Antonelli. The race is happening there as well. Yes, Jensen, I see you in there, buddy. They just touched. Leclerc put a move on Hamilton. He's made it stick. Hamilton, I think Hamilton's got graining on the tyres. I think pushing that Ferrari as hard as he could for the first 6 laps. Him and Russell fighting it out. I think Lewis may have some graining issues on the tyres. Max crashed into Russell. Jensen, I think it was Kimi. Yeah, it was Kimi. It was Kimi, I think. Kimi Antonelli touched Norris. Kimi Antonelli up to P4. There is an investigation. Kimi is under some sort of investigation here. To bring up the incidents, let's very quickly see. Time penalty for car 12. Antonelli causing a collision. He's got a 10-second penalty. So Antonelli, 10-second penalty. Chef, I think that was the first time I ever openly cheered for Hamilton. Well, the racing's good. Yeah, Jensen says the front left looks awful. True. Dev Scriptor, welcome to the chat, Dev. And thank you for streaming this. I wasn't able to watch it. Oh, Dev, you're very welcome. So glad you are here. The win for F1 Grandstand. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Oh, Hamilton! Hamilton and Leclerc are wheel to wheel. Oh, wow, they avoid touching, but wow, that is some good racing. Hamilton put the switch back on Leclerc. They were wheel to wheel. These boys are racing. Listen, do not touch each other. But Hamilton is all over the gearbox of Leclerc. They were wheel to wheel through 3 corners. Wow. Lewis is here to race today. He doesn't care if it's George Russell, doesn't care if it's Charles Leclerc. He is here to race. And Kimi Antonelli's joining the fight. He has caught up. He slipped down to P8. He's back up to P4. Kimi Antonelli making himself relevant in this battle at the front. He is coming up. He is right on the gearbox of Lewis Hamilton. There's some good racing. Yes, Garage Freshman. Not Kimi. Oh, my God. Let's hope Mercedes get their starts fixed for the race. Russell is off in the sunset. Yes, Garage. I think Russell is getting some clean air now. 3.3 seconds between him and Leclerc. Hamilton, though, has got a problem with Kimi Antonelli. Kimi Antonelli trying to pass Hamilton all over the gearbox. Kimi Antonelli showing his pace after dropping down to P8 from P2. But he's trying to make up for it. He's here to race, Kimi. Kimi has got some pace. He has been described as a generational talent. Oof. Leclerc complaining on the team radio about Hamilton racing him, saying, does he not know how the width of these cars? I think he felt that Hamilton maybe was trying to force him off the track. I would say it was very clean racing, brilliant racing from both drivers, from both Ferrari drivers. Absolutely awesome driving. They didn't touch each other. They were racing wheel to wheel through turns, and it was fantastic to watch. So Leclerc, I think Hamilton did nothing wrong. Garage says, what team do I support? Well, that's a good question. I've always been a Ferrari fan, but I would say my team allegiances have changed throughout my viewing of Formula One. Like, I used to love Williams. I've always loved Ferrari, but this season, I'm rooting for the underdog a little bit. Like, I would like to see Aston Martin to work their stuff out with Honda. So Aston Martin would be my team. Big Lance Stroll fan. Gisette says Toto's making Kimi Lewis Jr. Yeah, I know. Like, I love the way Toto Wolff talks about Kimi Antonelli. Gisette, thank you so much for your super chat. I love the way that Toto Wolff talks about Kimi Antonelli. He's got that father figure. I think he's very honest about Kimi Antonelli. He's managing the expectations on this generational talent. Dawley says Charles is a hypocrite for his moaning about Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, they were just racing. I just imagine Charles Leclerc isn't used to having a driver who's able to race 150 miles an hour wheel to wheel in that manner, so aggressive. You know, they're there to race. Lewis Hamilton managing his battery well. Kimi Antonelli all over his gearbox. Can Hamilton really just keep Kimi Antonelli behind him? Leclerc pulling away from Hamilton a little bit now. I think Hamilton did have an issue with tyre graining though. Maybe the graining's burnt off now. Maybe Hamilton can start finding a little bit more pace. Jensen says, can't wait for the main race. Who do you think will win the main race? And it was a good move. I've got my main race winner going to be George Russell. I've got George Russell to win the main race. Kimi Antonelli second and Leclerc third. And Gisette says that's why Charles isn't a world driver champion yet. Exactly. Oh, Antonelli's got the move on Hamilton. Antonelli is in a faster car. You can see it. Hamilton did fight him off. There's only 7 laps left. And Antonelli has moved himself into P3. But Kimi Antonelli does have a penalty to serve. So Kimi Antonelli might be ahead of Hamilton on track, but let's look at the incidents again. 10-second time penalty for car 12 causing a collision. That is the decision from lap 12. So Lewis still P3. I think it's going to be an issue. So we've got, let me just check my incident. Yeah, definitely a time penalty. Yeah, Antonelli's definitely carrying a time penalty. So no wonder Hamilton let him past. There's no way Kimi Antonelli's going to get 10 seconds on Lewis Hamilton. So currently the actual real running order is Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. Antonelli's got a 10-second time penalty. So Hamilton's still on for a podium. The real question is Norris going to catch Hamilton? He's 1.1 seconds behind. I don't think he will. Jensen says Antonelli, he was like what he was for Hamilton. Sorry. Toto Wolff, he is like what he was like for Hamilton when he first signed. Yeah, I think Toto's very good with young drivers. He doesn't allow them to get carried away. Brings them through the right way, I think. And if you are watching for the first time, please do smash a like on the video if you are enjoying this sprint race, all the overtakes that we've seen, and you're actually getting behind the racing, then do smash a like on the video. It makes a big difference to the success of the channel. And subscribe to the channel. It's not just watch-alongs. We do have daily news as well and other content. We've got a brilliant Formula One community, and we want you to become part of it. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're watching right now, and definitely hit that thumbs up button, like the video, because this is a great race. Antonelli on the gearbox of Leclerc. Oh, Bottas, unfortunately, having to come in, an issue with that Cadillac. We've not really been talking about the rest of the grid. I should give you an update. And the McLarens of Norris and Piastri, 5-6. Liam Lawson up to P7. Behrman, P8. Hulkenberg stopped. Hulkenberg out of the sprint race. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Safety car? Could we get a safety car? I don't think so. The yellow flag is waving, though. A safety car could change everything. Get a safety car before the end of the race. Hamilton and Leclerc are right back in it. Antonelli racing Leclerc. Mercedes 1-2. Safety car! We've got a safety car! Wow! We have a safety car. This is exciting. Lap 13 of a 19-lap race. We have a safety car. Russell in the pits. Russell gone to get some fresh rubber. So has Hamilton. So has Leclerc. They are not making the same mistake this time. Coming out on the soft tyre. Of course they are. Pitting under the safety car. Ferrari making the right call. They are stacking the cars. Waiting. Yes. Leclerc in. Double stack the Ferraris. Hamilton lost a place to Norris. But that's what, there was still the right move. We know the Ferraris off the back of this safety car restart are going to be quick. Anything could happen here, guys. 6 laps. That Ferrari, back of a safety car. Leclerc. Oh, Antonelli. The pit stop procedure has meant Antonelli has dropped back to P7. But that means Leclerc back in P2, which means Norris is up to P3, Hamilton P4. We could see both Ferraris on the podium here. We could see Leclerc pass Russell. We could see more racing. Oh, I love a safety car. What a sprint race, Gisette says. Absolutely. Safety car making a big impact on this sprint race. Well, Aston Martin's still running. Well, some of the cars are breaking down. That's true. The Aston Martins are still running down in... Oh, Alonso's in P13, actually. Stroll, P18. Stroll did pit stop. So, Alonso up to P13. Crazy. McLaren jumped in the pits. Well, because they had to double stack the Ferraris, Lewis Hamilton lost a place to Norris. But it's not a problem because that Ferrari on the restart from the safety car is going to be a good situation. Hamilton's tyres did not look good. They was graining. And to come out on a fresh set of softs is what you want. The racing is good. Ferrari finally humbling out and learning exactly. About time. You cost Leclerc P2 in Melbourne. While they are learning their lessons now, Gisette, they see the safety car. And of course, no messing. Bring both cars in. Double stack them. Get new rubber on the car. And they did the right thing. Very exciting. It's going to be an amazing last few laps. Corinne, absolute chaos. Sprint race is way more interesting than I thought it would be. Yeah, the sprint race. This is the most exciting sprint race I think I've seen. So, Alpine Managing Director Steve Nielsen. I mean, we're going to bunch up the field. Don't rule out Max here. Verstappen down in P14 from P8. You know, safety car restart, we could see some movement. We could see Max Verstappen jump in a few places. We could see Antonelli, I'm expected to jump a few places. But Lawson, Liam Lawson's up to P5 in the Racing Bulls. Keeping Behrman behind him. Good drive from Liam Lawson. We did say that Liam Lawson does have to prove himself. His drive at risk this season. Arvid Lindblad really was impressive in Melbourne, but now Liam Lawson up to P5. Good job for Liam Lawson. Showing he's a racer. Showing he's a fighter. Good news for Lawson to be up into P5. Keeping Behrman behind him. So, safety car. Lap 15 of a 19-lap race. You do not want to miss the end of this race. Yeah, a monster. Go the Kiwi. Nelson says the crowd today is absolutely nuts. It's exciting. It's the most exciting sprint race I think I have seen in a long time. And if you have just joined us, please do smash a like on the video if you are enjoying this sprint race as much as I am. Do not pass go. Hit the big thumbs up right now before you do anything else. This is going to be exciting as soon as a safety car. He's bunching them all up now. 4 laps. Can we see a change at the front? Can we see Leclerc or Hamilton attacking Russell as soon as the safety car comes in? It can happen. It can happen. Very exciting. Gisette says Max is a great angry driver. That he is. Kimi needs to lock in. Well, Kimi's just had a disaster. He managed to make up a load of places, get into P3, and then because they double stack those Mercedes, he's down back in P8. CJ says the sooner Lewis realises he hasn't got a teammate and is also not Ferrari's priority, he'll be okay. I think Lewis is here to race though, CJ. Honestly, I do. Safety car coming in, I think, says Dev. We're going to get 3 laps. Oh, wow. A lot can happen in 3 laps. We all remember 2021. A lot can happen in 3 laps here. And Aston's still rolling, exactly. Aston's are still in the race. Yeah, they shouldn't have pitted Kimi. Yeah, maybe they should have not bothered pitting Kimi. Good point. Setting up for a great Grand Prix, though, this. I'm getting excited already for the Grand Prix. Don't forget, we've got qualifying in just a few hours' time. I'll be back at 6:30 a.m. here in the UK for qualifying. Let's see. There'll be a lot of learnings from this sprint race. So Lawson and Behrman doing the right thing, staying out, taking the advantage of track position. Leclerc saying there may be a potential problem with his gearbox. Safety car in this lap. Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your hats. 3 laps of wheel-to-wheel racing. Let's freaking go. Exactly, McGits. So many possibilities. Anything can happen. Let's freaking go. 3 laps of racing. I'm here for it. And if you are brand new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Now's the time to do it. And make sure you've got the bell all icon ticked so you've got all of the notifications for all of our content. We want you in the community. You're welcome in this community, the best Formula One community on the internet. Jump on board. Get in. And if you do go and have a look at the channel, check out some of our news videos. We did a great news show just last night. Safety car coming in. Okay, McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, they're all bunched up at the front. Leclerc had a wheel spin. He's allowed Russell to get away. He's bunched them up. They are racing again. Liam Lawson with a cheeky little move, trying to keep Hamilton honest. Hamilton on the gearbox of Norris. I do think Hamilton's going to put a move on Norris. He's right on the gearbox. Can we see Hamilton move up to P3? Leclerc really caused an issue for everyone else with his wheel spin. Lawson under pressure immediately from Behrman. The whole pack bunched up. Gosh, Behrman is all over the gearbox of Lawson. He's going to try and make a move stick. But at the moment, Russell gets away clean. A 1 second gap already to Leclerc. Then we've got a gap to Norris for another second. Hamilton, closest to Norris, is within 5/10. He is all over the gearbox. And there, oh, Kimi Antonelli, obviously faster than the rest of the pack, trying to make up some places. He's putting a move on Behrman right now, but Behrman shuts the door. Good driving by Ollie Behrman. No, Kimi Antonelli, wheel to wheel with Behrman. Behrman not making it easy. Back straight, wheel to wheel. Behrman, Antonelli, is he going to make it stick? And then we have the McLaren of Piastri putting a move on Liam Lawson to go up to P5. And Antonelli gets a move done on Behrman. So that's Lawson up to P6. Antonelli, sorry, down to P6. Behrman, P8. Antonelli splitting those two cars at P7. Hamilton passes Norris up to P3. It's a great move on Norris. Hamilton showing some pace, showing Norris his gearbox. Leclerc actually catching Russell. 2 laps left. 5-second penalty for Sergio Perez. Safety car infringement. Brian saying, Guaguan, respect. one and all. Yes, welcome to the chat, Brian. Hope everyone's off to a good weekend. Big up F1 Grandstand. Enough respect, King. Love having Jamaica in the house. Yes, Brian. Hamilton up to P3. Antonelli's making moves. He certainly is. I don't know if he's going to be able to get close enough to the McLaren of Piastri. But Leclerc slowly really trying to catch Russell. Is there enough in the tank for Leclerc, or can Russell hold off? But it's good to see both Ferraris up. Double podium for Ferrari here at the moment. Chef says Sainz might pick up a point after Kimi's penalty. That's true. Jensen Knowles, fantastic move. It is. Great drive. Honestly, Hamilton and Leclerc, masterclass in racing. If early on the race, some brilliant racing between the two Ferraris without making any contact. But Gasly's down to P11. He'll be unhappy about that. Verstappen moving up to P10. Ocon P9. Behrman P8. Lawson P7. Piastri P6. Antonelli P5. Splitting those McLarens. Norris P4. So Verstappen round the outside of Esteban Ocon up to P9 now. Yeah. Yes, McGitts. I love how Ferrari's actually competing. Ferrari are competing and they will get better. Improvements coming. Power unit development in full swing. They will find some more power, I am sure, out of that power unit. Ferrari are going to battle this season. The Game Cat, fastest lap quicker than last year's GP. Soft help, obviously. Fastest lap quicker than last year's GP. So the deficit between the 25 cars and the 26, not too bad. Gisette says, I think Beast Hamilton's back and freaking out the kids. Yeah, Hamilton's come to play. So Hamilton made that move stick on the... He's actually pulled out a 2-second gap. Leclerc is gaining on Russell. Just not going to be enough laps, I don't think, for him to catch Russell. Unless... Leclerc's gaining a lot. He's within 0.6 seconds of Russell. If Russell makes a slight error, Leclerc could cause... He's all over the gearbox. Is there a problem with this Mercedes of George Russell? No, it's coming to the checkered flag. Russell takes P1. Leclerc P2. Hamilton P3. The McLaren of Norris P4. Antonelli P5, but he does have a penalty. Piastri P6. Lawson P7. Behrman P8. Verstappen P9, Ocon P10, Gasly P11, Sainz P12, Bortoleto P13, Colapinto P14, Hadjar all the way down in P15, Albon, the Williams 16, Alonso and Stroll finished the race. They managed to finish the sprint race. They got a full race distance in. Way down though, 21 seconds behind race leader. Perez P19, Hulkenberg retirement, didn't finish. Bottas didn't finish, and Lindblad did not finish. Great points scored by the Ferrari team there. Great start. Obviously, there is a power situation, a power issue. You know, the Mercedes do have a power advantage. It's absolutely true. But Hamilton, the fighting with George Russell at the start of the sprint race, such good fun, made that sprint race exciting. It's honestly, it's getting me a little bit excited about the race tomorrow. Qualifying is going to play a big part. For Ferrari to be effective, Ferrari need to be qualifying probably, front two rows ideally. And Leclerc, we know, very good in qualifying. Hamilton's got some pace. Will the Ferrari manage to do some fettling on the setup to help with their qualifying pace? That's the question. Do smash a like on this video if you've enjoyed the sprint race as much as I have. But yeah, I think the problem we saw with Hamilton when he was racing with George Russell for the first 6-7 laps of that sprint race was that I think Hamilton got graining on the tyres, and I think that's where he was pushing it so hard. But it made it very, very entertaining. So, yes, Dawley, well worth being awake for. I've not really enjoyed the sprint race format in the past. Found it all a bit boring where you qualify is where you finish. But no, it's good. I think we got a good race. And qualifying is going to be exciting as well. So make sure you You come back, by the way, in a few hours' time. What time is it now? 3:40. So about 3 hours' time, 2:30 a.m. No, 6:30 a.m. In 3 hours' time, I will be back for qualifying. You don't want to miss it. It's going to get exciting. It's going to get exciting. Yeah, Pete Sport, no worries. I've enjoyed every single minute of it. So, listen, guys, if you're watching the UK, set your alarms. 3 hours' time, well, just under now, just over 2.5 hours. We're back for qualifying. Please do join me again. Well done, Ferrari, 2-3. Well done, Mercedes, P1. Hamilton on the podium. Leclerc on the podium. Mercedes, P1. Great race. Very exciting stuff. Yes, I'll see you in 2.5 hours' time. Set your alarms and don't forget to smash a like on the video. I'll see you then. Ta-ta.